Thanks for joining me for another Pilates session. I'm outside today because it's quite lovely, but I'm still going to be working in bare feet, so it's really nice to get a sense of all of your toes being used. If you are doing this workout in a pair of shoes though, that's absolutely fine, but just be mindful of trying to get a sense of each of your toes on the ground or into your shoes. It's about a 15-minute workout. I am going to start standing and then sit myself down. If you'd rather do this seated, that is absolutely fine. So we're going to just start with, if you're standing, a little alternate heel raise. And if you're sitting, we're doing exactly the same thing, just lifting that heel, lifting that heel. So these are singles. We're going to lift the heel lower, and I'm just breathing nice and easily, trying to relax my shoulders, and just keep this going for another 4 and 3 and 2. Now we're going to do a double pulse. So I'm going to lift the right heel and pause, and then the left heel and pause, and the right heel and pause, and the left heel and pause, and the right heel and pause. So we're going to do another 5 more of these, and then that will be a set of 10. Lift the heel, pause, lift the heel. I'm actually doing a little pulse, but you can do whatever you like. Pause is fine. All right, one more time. Okay, and pause. Now we're going to add in the arms. So the arms are going to alternate and alternate and alternate and alternate. Now this can be much lower for you if you prefer. You don't have to go up really high. If you've got any tension through your neck and shoulders, keep it nice and low. So let's see if we can do that double pulse with those arms. Little pulse, little pulse, little pulse. Lovely. Little pulse, and again. Remember, I love if you need to, once you raise your arm above your shoulder height, it is going to start working into your heart a little bit more. You'll get a little bit out of breath, so if that's not comfortable for you, you just keep those arms that little bit lower. Now this is my last one. Okay, we are going to try and put it all together. So let's start with those doubles and then move to our singles. We're going to try and do 10 doubles, so that was 10 with the pulse, and then 10 singles. All right, I'm going to move my, what looks like to you, your left arm and your right heel. So here we go, our pulses. Lift and pulse, swap and pulse. So I'm lifting the heel, and then that pulse is more obvious with the arms than with the leg. We're halfway through. 5 of these. 4 of these, 3, 2, okay, let's see if we can go straight into our singles. Swap and swap. So now you're going to feel that heart rate rising. Swap and 5 and 4. Let's do it all over again. So starting with those doubles. 10 and 9 and 8 and 7. Doing well. 6, 5, 4, nice easy breathing, 2, and let's see if we can finish this with our singles. So 10 and 9 and 8 and 7. Remember, your arms can be low. If it's getting too much, you can do this in a chair. Oh, I've lost count. Let's make it 2, 1, and rest. Excellent. So we're going to keep that little bit of intensity through the heart rate and add in a little bit of twisting. This can be done in the chair. I've just moved my feet a bit wider apart for this one. Arms are in this Cossack position, so I have one over the other. I'm going to keep my knees nice and soft the whole time, and I'm going to twist around to my right, or your right, my left. Twist and center and twist and center. So it doesn't have to go a long way round, but I am trying to keep my arms in line with my chest. So it's not like this. I'm trying to move one shoulder in line with my midline. One shoulder in line with my midline. Let's see if we can do that pulse. So we're going to twist and pulse, center, twist and pulse and center. Twist and pulse and center, twist. Now you might find that your arms get a little bit tired up at that chest height, so you can lower them down a little bit if you want. Let's do one more. And another last one, and then stop. Okay, now notice which arm is on top. I want you to give them a shake, and then we'll bring them back up, but with the other arm on top. So we're going to do some doubles and some singles. We're going to add in a little heel raise if you can. So let's go to those doubles. Back that way first of all to your right. There we go. Little pulse, swap and pulse. Little swap and pulse, little swap and pulse. So the pulse might just be a pause. I have just got that little lift up through my heel. If there's any discomfort through your knees, you want to get rid of that heel raise. Okay, can we do singles? Twist and twist. Good work. Twist and twist. Twist, and we're here 5 and 4 for 3 and 2 and 1, and then just look at yourself. Notice which arm is where. Release it down and give it all a wiggle around. Okay, excellent. So let's just do it one last time. Swapping back so the other arm is over the top. We're going to do our doubles and go into our singles with our heel raise if we can. So turning to the right. There's our double. There's our double. Now we are going to change our arm position when we swap to our singles, because it's our last set and we always want to try and be even, so we're not always favouring the same arm on top of the other. So we've got 2 more of these, 1 more of these. Come centre, swap your arms, 10 singles to finish with. Off we go. Twist and twist, twist and twist, and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and release. Good. Okay, so this last one, the arms are going to be swinging this way. So we've done something coming forward, something to the side. Now we're going out to this side. So again, the feet are apart, and again you can do this in a chair if you want. So I'm going to cross this left arm furthest away. My right arm is closest. That's me mirroring you. So they're going to come across and open and cross and open. Now every time I cross my arms, I'm bringing the other one in front. So it's across. Now this could be low. I'm only going shoulder height. You don't want to take them up to the roof, but I will give you an opportunity to do that later if you want. Just keep alternating that. We're going to add in a little knee bend. So it's quite small. It's kind of like every time my arms brush my thighs, they bend, and they bend, they bend, and they bend. So it should feel quite an easy, comfortable movement. Doesn't have to be a very deep bend. It's nice and easy. Okay, so let's see if we can add another level. Just have a little breather before we do. One of the things we're going to add is to try and bring our arms up a little bit higher. The other thing we're going to try and add is that alternating heel raise. I don't mind which heel you raise at which point, but it's when your arms go up that we're trying to have a little pause, and that's where you lift that heel. So here we go. Cross it and up, cross it. So it's almost like there's a little pause with your arms up high, and that's when you lift that heel. Down we go, pulse and up, down we go, pulse and up, down we go, pulse and up. Good, so I've just got those little bends. Nice, easy breathing. Let's take 4 more and we're done with our standing section. 3, 2, and 1, and done. Nice. So have a little seat if you're not already. Sit yourself down. Now I'm making sure that when I'm sitting, I haven't kind of collapsed into the wall behind me, but I'm sitting just on the very front edge of the bench. I've got my feet nice and flat on the floor, and I can get a sense of those 10 toes on the floor. Head is up, shoulders are open. Let's give those shoulders a bit of a circle round. So they've been working quite hard for us, moving those arms around. Let's take those shoulder circles back the other way. We're reversing. Nice and easy. Easy breathing as you're doing that. All right. A little bit of focus on our breath now. So I'm going to take one hand just above my belly button and one hand on my breastbone. I'm going to try and keep this hand nice and quiet, not moving too much, and this hand a little bit lower is the one that's going to move. Now if you can hear, there's a tui singing in the background, which is a really beautiful sound. So I'm just going to focus on listening to that tui and a little bit of listening to the wind. Take your breath in and try and feel that bottom hand move. Take the breath out. Take the breath in. Take the breath out. A couple more times. Take the breath in. Take the breath out. Take the breath in. And take the breath out. Excellent. Give all that a little bit of a wiggle around. Now, if you're finding that your breath pattern is a bit slower than mine, that's absolutely fine. If you're faster than mine, that's also fine. I'm just trying to get you a sense of not rushing through this. We're going to swap our arms round, and this time not only are we thinking about the breath, but also a little bit of pull in and from navel to spine. So a little bit more engagement into our core. So we breathe in, and as we breathe out, I'm more active now, pulling the belly button into the spine. I breathe in and let that release. I breathe out, nice and actively pulling the navel into the spine. Breathing in again. Breathing out, release. Pulling the navel into the spine. And let's go again, breathing in. And breathing out. Pulling the navel into the spine. Lovely. Hands on your legs, or just at your side, but nice and easy. We're going to focus on the neck now and taking some little neck rolls. We're going to nod the chin to the chest first, and then let the head float all the way up. Same thing again. Nod the chin to the chest, and let the head float up. I don't mind if you're breathing in as you drop the head, and out as you bring the head up, or you're doing that the other way around. Just as long as it's not a fast movement, it's a nice steady movement. We're going to do that one more time. Chin to chest. And up. Okay, so from where you are, you're still looking ahead. You're going to drop the ear to the shoulder and then come up. Ear to the other shoulder and up. Ear to shoulder and up. Now, have you still got those 10 toes on the floor? And are you still sitting up nice and tall? Two very important things. So now we're going to add it all together. So let's go. Ear to shoulder and up, then chin to chest. And up, and then ear to the other shoulder. And up, and then back to chin to chest. So doing that again. Ear to shoulder and up, chin to chest and up. Ear to other shoulder and up. And chin to chest. We've got 2 more rounds. Ear to shoulder and up. Chin to chest and up. Ear to shoulder and up. And oh, now I've got a cat joining me. This is Rosie. One more time. Chin to chest. Ear to shoulder. And chin to chest. Nice. Excellent. All right, so just relax the head and the neck now, focusing a little bit more on our ankles and our feet. So what we're going to do is go for some little ankle circles here. So you can put your heel on the floor, or you might want to hold behind the leg and hold it up. I'm going to choose that as an option and circle that ankle round. Circle it round and circle it round. And then we're going to go the other way. Excellent. Okay, so ankle circles, we're very used to ankle circles, so let's try and draw a figure of 8. So it's like you do 2 circles, you join them up, a circle one way, a circle back the other way, a circle one way, a circle back the other way. The cat clearly thinks that that's a good idea. And we're going to circle one way and circle back the other way. Let's do one more on each side. Circle one way, circle back the other way, and then we're going to rest that down. Okay, so let's do the same thing on the other side. So the other leg comes up, or you can just rest your heel down on the floor. You're going to hold behind that leg, and let's start with those circles. Circle round, and circle round. And again, reverse it back, and circle round, and circle round. Remembering your heel can be on the floor if you want. Figures of 8. Circle it. So I've got my figure of 8 a little bit like an infinity sign, so it's lying on its side. If your figure of 8 is standing up, that is absolutely fine. Just a couple more. Quite a lot to think about as well. Circle round, And then let's rest that leg down. Excellent, good work there. Little bit for our spine now. We've moved the joints through the neck, the joints through the feet. We've done a lot through the shoulders. And now we want to move the spine. So I'm going to take my feet a little wider apart because I'm taking a roll down. So we sit tall, and then we'll nod the chin to the chest. So I'm looking down into my belly. I'm going to round my spine, and my hands are just reaching all the way down towards the ankles. Breathe in, and as I breathe out, I'm going to roll myself all the way up. Shoulders are down. Head is up last. Go again, chin to chest. Now, if you can't get down very far, that's absolutely fine. The point of this exercise is not to get to the floor, but to think about moving the backbone. Chin to chest, roll the spine down, reach forwards, come all the way back up. Sitting nice and tall. So I'm going to do one, just popping myself around on the side. I'm a little bit out of camera shot, but I think you get the idea. Chin to chest, looking at the belly, rolling all the way down. Coming on up. Sitting up, nice and tall. Let's go one more time. Chin to chest, reaching down, all the way back up. And then we're nice and tall. Okay. So we've moved the spine forwards. Let's now move the spine to the side. We've already done a little bit of twisting, but this is some lateral flexion. So you might want to rest a hand on the chair. You can put it on your thigh as well. Your options. Your other arm can reach up high. It can go behind the head, and it can come across the chest, and it can rest here if you want. I'm going to reach it up high because it will give you a bit more sense of direction. So we're going to go over that way. Breathe in. And as I breathe out, I'm going to lean to the side. Now I've still got pressure through all of my 10 toes and definitely pressure through that hip. Back to center. We'll go again. Breathe out. And back to center. Now sometimes when we're a bit stiff and tight through our shoulders, it can be really hard to get this arm back here. So yours might be a little bit forwards. If that's fine and you're comfortable with that, that's okay. And take it across the chest if you prefer. Behind the head if you prefer. We're going to do a couple more. So lean to the side and center. Lean to the side and center, and then let's swap. Other arm up here, here, or here. Breathe in, and over we go. And center. 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 Lovely. Couple to go. Breathing out. Breathing in. That's what suits me. Breathing out. Breathing in. We'll do one more for luck. Breathing out. Breathing in. And then we'll rest that arm down. Give your shoulders a nice big circle round. Okay, one last thing for today. We're just going to do a little bit of mobilization through those fingers. So if you just lift your arms up, just give those fingers a little, kind of like you're playing piano, just rolling through those fingers. And then let's see if you can go back the other way. So instead of always coming in with one side, oh, that's really hard, try and go back the other way through. Excellent. And then we're going to interlace the hands if you can, otherwise just holding them in a clap. Otherwise, if you can, feed them through each other. And then we're going to draw some circles. So I've got my elbows in close to my waist. You don't have to hold your arms out. And sometimes those wrist joints can be really quite clicky. So just do a movement that's comfortable. And now if you can, reverse that direction. Take that back round the other way. That can be quite tricky to get your brain around. We get so used to doing things in a particular way that when we have to flip it, it can be quite a challenge for the brain as much as for the body. Good, lovely. And then just give those fingertips a little wiggle and do a couple of wrist circles, just round and round. And let's go back round the other way. Last one. And then place your hands down, give your shoulders a big circle round, and we're done. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the wildlife that we had today with the bird song and the pussycat. Nice to see you. See you again